April 1836. The Texas Revolution is on the brink of failure. Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna, at the head of 6,500 Mexicans, has inflicted crushing defeats on rebel forces at the battles of the Alamo and Coleto. Now Santa Anna pursues their tattered forces, but he is overconfident. He advances with only a small vanguard, believing the Texans are all but defeated. He is wrong. On the afternoon of April 20th, Santa Anna and 860 of his men arrive on the marshy, forested plain of San Jacinto. It isn't long before his scouts make contact with rebel forces and are driven back. General Sam Houston, commanding the last 800 men of the Texan army, has decided to make his stand. Mexico's President General couldn't be more pleased to hear this. With the rebels back to the Buffalo Bayou, there can be no escape. What's better, 500 reinforcements of General Cos are due to arrive the following morning, giving him odds of 3-2. But rather than prepare to attack, Santa Anna decides to dig in. Even though many of his officers point out that the position is ill-suited for defense, Santa Anna believes his men need rest after 6 days of non-stop marching. Meanwhile, in the Texan camp, Houston is preparing to attack. He doesn't have much choice. After a string of defeats, his army is on the verge of collapse and needs a victory soon. At noon on April 21st, he sends a detachment of 6 men to sabotage Vincent's Bridge, the Mexicans' only route for reinforcements and their only way to escape. As soon as he receives word of the bridge's destruction, he will attack. The Texans form up in a battle line, with 2 companies of militia protecting the left, a twin battery of cannons in the center, and 2 companies of regulars forming the right. A force of cavalry rides westward to launch a wide flank attack. The Mexicans are alerted to the advance and scramble into formation, but in the chaos, their cavalry, who had taken off their saddles to water their horses, are forced to ride bareback or fight on foot, greatly reducing their effectiveness. As the Texans advance, the Mexican 12-pounder opens fire. Moments later, it is answered. Santa Anna orders a column to attack the Texan cannons, but it is quickly shut down by artillery fire. As the 2 lines begin exchanging musket fire, Houston himself rides in front of his men, urging them onward. He is shot through the foot, and his horse is killed under him. As Houston defiantly remounts, the Texan line halts just 40 yards from the Mexican position and unleashes a volley. Then they charge the bewildered defenders. With cavalry sweeping in from the west, and many of them exhausted, Santa Anna's line disintegrates. What follows is a massacre. After the execution of rebel prisoners in previous engagements, the Texans are eager to get their revenge. Sweeping through the camp, they kill anyone they can find. Generals, soldiers, women, children, all slaughtered without mercy. The mania doesn't stop until dusk, when officers finally regain control. The battle is over. It has taken just 18 minutes to shatter the Mexican line. At the cost of just 41 men, Houston has inflicted over 80% casualties on the Mexican force. Among the spoils is Santa Anna himself, found a day later hiding in the brush in a soldier's uniform. In exchange for his life, he agrees to give up all Mexican claims over Texas.